Alright, so recently I was rewatching my favorite childhood show, Avatar: The Last Airbender. When I watched it now compared to when I watched it as a child, I realized a lot of things about the show that I didn't realize before. There's a lot of very philosophical, deep things in Avatar: The Last Airbender that you don't realize when you're watching it as a kid. It's a show that you should watch when you're a kid because it's like a fun show, but then you should also watch it when you're older because there's so many good lessons in it, honestly. But one that came to mind was for one of my favorite characters, Zuko. I really love Zuko because of his great character development. I've never seen such good character development, especially in a kids show. Zuko's character development is basically I'm about to spoil the whole show, but Zuko starts off being the bad guy who was banished by his father. So his father is like the real bad guy, but then his father also like doesn't like Zuko because of something he did. So he banishes his son to go find the Avatar and capture him and bring him back to his father, who's a Fire Lord. But as the show goes on, he's met with different obstacles that lead him further away from his father and more towards the good side, which is with the Avatar and his friends. So the whole time, there's a good man that goes with Zuko, which is his uncle Iroh. Iroh's like an iconic character, right? Like everyone loves Iroh. Like he's this nice, like philosophical uncle that loves tea. He's always like he has such a like soothing voice. Like you could just hear him talk all day.
You should know this is not a natural sickness, but that shouldn't stop you from enjoying tea.
And he's always been in front of Zuko, right? After Zuko got banished, Iroh stayed with Zuko throughout his entire banishment. His own father basically disowned him. But for the majority of the show, Zuko was trying to get his father's approval when he always had Iroh's approval, but he didn't want it. In the first season, there's 3 seasons, him and Iroh, they're both on the same page. They're trying to catch the Avatar. As they get to season 2, Iroh becomes more comfortable and he just like settles and like not capturing the Avatar, and he becomes more friendly with the Avatar and his friends. And Zuko also kind of goes to like a neutral side until the end of season 2, when he completely goes back to like the bad side and Iroh stays on the good side. So there's like a rift between them, between him and his uncle. Then towards the middle of season 3, which is the last season, Zuko was able to go back home like during the first season, during the 3rd season, like in the beginning, because of something he did. Like he basically killed the Avatar even though he didn't, but that's what his father thought happened. So he was able to come back home and everyone respected him. But then he realized that that's not what he wanted. The whole time, the whole show, he was looking for his father's approval. That's what he wanted the whole time. And when he got it, he didn't want that shit no more, bruh. He was like, this is what I was working for the whole time, and I don't even want it. And I feel like a lot of people go through that. You know, you work for something so hard, you try to gain someone's approval for so long. Let's say, like, maybe it's your dad, like in this scenario. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's a teacher, whoever. Someone that's like probably like above you, like a little higher than you, maybe like a mentor or something. You want to be better than them, or like you want to be like them, gain their respect and approval, but it doesn't match who you are here. The whole time Zuko was trying to gain his father's approval, but what he really wanted was his uncle's approval.
I know my own destiny, Uncle.
Is it your own destiny? Or is it a destiny someone else has tried to force on you?
Stop it, Uncle. I have to do this.
I'm begging you, Prince Zuko. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want?
So basically the lesson of the story is that we need to remember, who are we doing this for? Why are we doing this? We need to make sure we're not doing whatever we're doing for the wrong reasons. Figure out what your why is. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you wake up in the morning? Is it to impress someone? people? Is it to gain someone's approval, or is it for your own benefit? And it's not a bad thing to look for people's approval, but make sure it's the right people. Do you act a certain way around a certain group of friends because you want to gain their approval, but deep down you know that that's not you? Because I know I've been there. I know that I've always had like fewer friends. I'm someone that doesn't really do well socially with other people, at least not now, like before, because I've improved socially since then. But the reason is because I just see the world differently, I think, and I don't really get along with everyone. But this last year, I've tried to fit in more because I'm trying to be more social. I'm trying to get out more. And I tried to fit in with a group of people that I didn't fit in. I ended up changing my personality. I ended up becoming someone I wasn't. And the whole time I was unhappy. Like I guess I was happier. Like I felt happier most of the time because I was more social. I was with people more, but I lost a part of myself. I don't want to sound like some weirdo, like self-improvement motherfucker, but like I used to meditate. I used to wake up like early every day, meditate, journal, and do all that stuff. And I used to have like a very, I'd say, a mature mind. But after trying to fit in with these people, I felt myself like becoming stupider. Like I felt like I said, I was losing a part of myself, and I was also losing a part of my brain, bro. Like I couldn't think properly. Like, I was losing my common sense. I feel like I have like a lot of self-awareness and common sense, and I feel like I was losing that by hanging out with the wrong people. So make sure you're hanging out with the right people. It's better, honestly. For my whole life, I've always thought I'd rather be with people than be alone, because for most of my life I've been alone. I didn't have many friends. So when I could be with people, I'd prefer to be with people. But I've realized being with the wrong people is worse than being alone, because at least when you're alone, you're not conforming to something that isn't you. That's it for this video. Peace out.
What would Uncle do? Zuko, you have to look within yourself to save yourself from your other self. Only then will your true self reveal itself. Ah.